Hi, this is Jimmy Chamberlin for the Jimmy Chamberlin Complex, and you're listening to Portal lxjovem.
You've been in Lisbon before. Do you have any recollections on playing in Lisbon or about the city itself?
Yeah. This is my all-time favorite city in the whole world to play. Some of the best concerts I've ever played in my life have been in this town, here in Porto. People are great. I love the architecture. Sorry to hear about the fires.
Yeah, exactly.
I know we have the same problem in Los Angeles where I live now, and I know how brutal that can be. But yeah, I mean, I have tons of memories, and they all kind of come flooding in when the plane comes over the water. But yeah, just a great city, great people. I think one of the best European cities for open-minded people listening to open-minded music. So I'm very excited to be here.
You mentioned you're living in Los Angeles now. Is that influencing the Jimmy Chamberlin Complex more than it was influencing your music, East Coast wise?
No, I think the reason I'm living in Los Angeles is more a byproduct of the complex as opposed to an influence. So because the other musicians live there, I wasn't really doing a lot of stuff in Chicago at the time. So my wife Lori and I decided to buy a house in Los Angeles and be closer to kind of the musical community out there. And it's been great because there's so many musicians in Los Angeles and there's so many people to kind of pick and choose from. Whereas in Chicago, I'd already played with everybody and whittled it down to the 4 people I wanted to play with. So yeah, it's been good. I mean, other than being very hot and the kind of phoniness of it, the musical community is great.
What the future held and what the world was bringing to me. It's not a hope, the future in my head again. A vision came before we crystallized. Now I see clearly blue bright light.
How would you describe the differences between the Jimmy Chamberlin complex and lesser known projects of yours, such as the Smashing Pumpkins or Zwan?
Yeah, well, I don't know how many people would even have a Smashing Pumpkins record. They were so kind of flash in the pan, but
yeah, exactly.
I think I don't see a lot of difference in it. I think for me the only kind of qualifier for music is that it's good, and that was kind of the qualifier in the Pumpkins, that was the qualifier in Zwan, and it's certainly the qualifier here. When people ask me, is it jazz, is it progressive, it's hard for me to pigeonhole my music like that. I just think it's good and it's fun to play. I think the main differences is a lot more work for me because I'm not just playing drums. I'm writing lyrics, I'm writing music, and managing the whole thing, and it's a ton of work being a band leader and the songwriter and drummer and everything else, babysitter. So I think the main difference isn't really musical. I think the main difference is kind of administrative.
As a writer now, what's your favorite instrument to write on?
A guitar, because guitar is so easy to play, especially for a drummer. In fact, I can't believe that guitar players even get paid to play a guitar. It's so easy.
Well, some of them at least.
Yeah, right.
Radiohead have a song called "Everyone Knows How to Play Guitar" or something.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Well, it's easy.
There you go. Do you plan on taking this complex of yours for a long time, like a long journey?
Yeah, I think this is something that I'd like to do for the rest of my life, and that's kind of the reason I started doing this. I wanted to have a musical vehicle which to express myself for the rest of my life, and not really based on huge numbers or decimal points or kind of money or anything like that. I think the great thing about this is it brings me totally back to square one, which is the reason I play music is just because I love to play it, and it doesn't matter if it's a van or if it's a tour bus or if it's a private jet or I have to set my own drums up. I mean, it really kind of legitimizes everything I've done throughout my career to come back full circle, open up for some bands, come and approach the music with grace and humility, and you know, be a better person for it. I mean, it's taught me a lot about just being a human being and a father and a husband and not a rock star. You know, it's too much work to be a rock star. It's just, you know, too many showers and too much powder and all that other crap. I'm just into playing the drums now.
Too much waiting in the hotel rooms and
waiting for security guys to go tell the club owner that you're there and blah blah blah. I'd rather just barge in.
How do you think a psychiatrist would describe the Jimmy Chamberlin complex?
Probably manic depressive. Because the highs are very high and the lows are really low. You know, I think you know, it's people keep saying, you know, what's with the complex? It's not a psychological term. It's an endearing term. It just means that everybody's invited to the complex.
That's pretty interesting, you know, instead of, you know, the project or something or whatever.
Yeah, you know, projects just sound too clinical.
Yeah.
Complex means it's like you got something going on, like a religious cult or something.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Till next time.
Yep.